What is the most powerful thing on earth? Is it the blue whale? Its tongue alone weighs as much as an elephant, its heart as much as a car. Its sheer length totals that of a 9-story building. But this is just mass, just physical strength. Is that the most powerful thing? Maybe it's something we can't see. Maybe it's something we can't touch, something that's not tangible. Say time. It moves on its own accord, and no one, however cunning or clever, could ever stop it. Still, some of you may say love, and others may say nuclear bombs. But I say none of these things. I say that the most powerful force known to us is the Word. The universe and all within it can be described in different sequences of a limited number of letters or symbols. That finite system of language can be used to describe an infinity of things. All of us here in this auditorium have been blessed with the gift of language, with being able to describe the reflection of light off tiny crystalline drops of water fallen from the sky, or in simpler terms, a rainbow. The ability to write, to express each insignificant passing thought that finds its way through our brains is a miracle. So why, as human beings, do we not utilize this tremendous gift to its full potential? Mankind seems victim to a recurrent pattern of choosing violence first. Instead of practicing conversation, we practice shooting a rifle. Nobody will ever compromise in the face of a gun. They'll only whip out a pistol. No issues will ever be solved if the two parties can't even be in the same room without all hell breaking loose. However unpleasant, this is the world we live in. I've had the tumultuous experience of making 3 conflicted countries my home: Ireland, Korea, and Israel, nations that have experienced war and political unrest, each with their own unique conflict and rationale for separation. In Ireland, my home, the underlying issue was a clash between 2 opposing identities, the British and the Irish, both searching for self-determination. But rather than trying to discuss a peaceful solution that satisfies both sides, they turned to acts of terrorism, bombs and shootings that lasted for 30 years. Thousands of teenagers as young as you sacrificed themselves for this cause, and thousands died. In Korea, the divide followed another path. After the Japanese occupation ended, Korea was a broken nation with no central control or governmental structure. The 2 world powers at the time each governed one half of the peninsula. Russia took the north, and the U.S. claimed the south. Borders were raised, and the war was fought in the 1950s, with no thought given to how to avoid the murder of millions of innocent people just caught in the middle. Children, mothers and fathers and aunts and uncles all died for nothing because the war ended at the very same border that it began. That border divides Korea to this day. And finally, the tale of Israel, the Holy Land, a conflict that traces all the way back to biblical times. But I think you all know this story. No. You are living the story. You, gathered here, all know too well what it's like to hear the familiar ringing of bomb sirens or watch the news report the latest security crisis. You know exactly what it's like to live in a nation that is threatened daily by external powers, that their only choice is to train their youth for defense. Is that the world you want to live in? Because I sure don't. All of these conflicts are based on very different root issues. But I say that the solution is very much the same. Why use an arsenal when a much more effective weapon lends itself to us? Communication, dialogue, conversation. We need to take advantage of this bountiful gift that we have been given. I say no more death, no more gross, needless destruction and chaos. The only way is to use our words. A few lines drawn on a poster can alter the mindset of a people. A chant can grow from one individual to a crowd of thousands, all united in one singular objective: change. No machinery, no gun, no bomb, no tank, or even the blue whale could ever be more powerful than that. No matter how small you think you are, or how incapable you think you are of having the slightest impact on the world, you're wrong. You're wrong. We have all been blessed with the gift of language, and the chapters of this world can always be rewritten. Our words are a weapon for peace and understanding that we can all wield if we choose to do so. Thank you.